So this past weekend, a friend of mine and I took our boys to Universal Studios, where we found probably the highest marked up item in the entire park, and it demonstrates why cost plus pricing is ludicrous in most every situation. So what happened is we were eating lunch. We had hamburgers. We bought these hamburgers while our kids were going on a ride. And this buddy of mine, he really wanted onions with his hamburger. And so he had to ask the lady. He finally comes out to the table and he shows me this cup of onions that cost 50 cents. I would venture to guess there was maybe a quarter of an ounce of onions in this little cup, which if you do the math, pretty good markup. So let me do the math for you. A jumbo white onion that weighs about a pound is going to cost you roughly $1.50 at the grocery store. And that onion is 16 ounces and they can get 4 servings an ounce. That's 64 servings they can get out of one onion. If they're charging 50 cents a piece, that's $32 for that onion in terms of retail price. Divided by the $1.50 that they paid for it, is a 21.33 multiplier times 100 to get the percentage. 2,133% markup percentage on that onion. That's a pretty good markup, but I seriously doubt that anybody at Universal Studios ever gave the person doing the pricing on the onion instructions to mark it up 2,000%. That is not at all what they're figuring out. That's not what they're trying to accomplish. The markup percentage is totally immaterial because what they're really thinking about is something else. They're thinking about how much I'm willing to pay to get onions on my hamburger. And 50 cents, if you do the math, it sounds like a ridiculous markup, but the truth is when you're walking around Universal Studios and you're hungry, you're not even thinking about the extra 50 cents. I got that much in pocket change floating around. There's a couple of other things that are going on here too that have nothing to do with profit, because let's face it, Universal is not getting rich off selling onions. Just this morning I was talking to a group and they were talking about the different reports, ad hoc reports, special requests, different formats, different preferences for delivery that they were getting from their clients. And it's really, it's a critical issue in the turnaround time that we're trying to reduce, because all these one-off requests that are constantly coming in have to be addressed because we want to be good at customer service, but at the same time they're really choking up the works in our business process. So one really effective way to handle that is to let your customers know we'll be more than happy to provide you with the onions, but it's going to be quite a bit of a markup, right? So in their case, it's like going back to their customers and saying, we'll be glad to run that ad hoc report. Here's a pricing menu for what it costs every single time you want us to run that report, what it costs to set it up, and then what it costs to deliver it every time. And that little bit of friction will make a lot of their customers think twice and go, nah, that's okay, we can get it from the stuff that you're already sending us, which is exactly what you want, because you want to be able to focus on your core business process. You want to be able to focus on that thing that's going to allow you to run 30 or 60 more customers through the dining room, or in this case, it's going to allow you to scale the business up to another 50 or 60% with a reduced turnaround time. That is what I learned from an onion at Universal Studios. I'll see you guys tomorrow.